talked about it, that, oh, why is EG running a dive composition against so much anti-dive from FlyQuest? And by the time EG picked their Galio, we saw Caitlyn, Volibear, and Thresh. That is just like generically good League of Legends champions, and they had to call their shot. Swain Shen came up, and it's like, well, we're anti-dive, sucks to be Galio.
Yeah, that's why I think more credit should be given to the side of FlyQuest for good drafting on blue side in blue 4-5 there, in answering immediately. Once they saw Galio, they're like, all right, good. We get the anti-dive. We have the deep counter pick Swain plus Shen for extra anti-dive. And then they don't care what the last pick from EG would be. So really well done by FlyQuest from blue side. Now they're on red side where they get to save a counter pick. And I'm excited to see what they can pull out. Generally, I have liked Solo actually getting the counter picks because Power of Evil has so many blind pick options. And even with teams throwing 4-5 bans at him, he still is always able to perform on some sort of high damage AP threat from the mid lane. So far, EG not throwing any bans at him and taking out a couple of the priority picks. Santorin's Trundle, obviously, very closely associated with him for the entire year. Troll King, plus Solo's Renekton, where he literally had a 1v9 game on and won them the entire set.
They've moved up the Renekton ban, and on the other side, FlyQuest have moved up the Gangplank ban here. Also, unable to first pick Caitlyn, they throw the Caitlyn ban in there as well, so EG grabs Set. Across all the regions who are in playoffs right now, Graves, Set, and Caitlyn are 100% pick ban across the LCS and LPL, and so those have remained fairly high priority. FlyQuest grab Ashe for themselves here as the Set is in there. We'll see if they're going to go ahead and take this Graves or something else as well, but FlyQuest get now 2 games in a row the highest priority AD carry. Caitlyn on the one side, and then with Caitlyn banned, Ashe here.
And especially if you have Wild Turtle. Wild Turtle, his accuracy with global ultimates has been a strong point through his whole career. And this man has had one of the longest League of Legends careers of players playing. We do get the trifecta. Now, this is a very common 3-champion pick. Yes, Xayah and Rakan were designed for each other, but Set is a really, really good supplemental champion that's very often picked with Xayah Rakan because Set flanks, Set ultimates, AoE groupings work so well with the speed of Rakan. It's very easy to AoE CC lock them for big Xayah Blade Callers.
Going to be a fun one to watch for there. Yeah, I like this comp a lot. It's going to be a lot of damage. Bang is going to be on his first Xayah pick of the split. Finally off of Felios, off of Ezreal. Going for this one now instead. Kalista was up. It was banned by FlyQuest in the first game. And that one's going to be left on the table here. We'll see how much Bang can do alongside Zeyzal. Of course, Rakan got several buffs over recent history as well. So we'll see if that can look good for him. And now we get to wait around for the next little bit as the second phase of picks and bans come through. FlyQuest not convinced Set will be a top laner, throwing in a Rumble ban to complement the Gangplank. And Corki, again, out on the Evil Geniuses side.
Yep, trying to take away a few of the PoE scaling champions. With Mordekaiser top already and a Volibear jungle, they are going to have decent AP threat from the top side. So already top itemization for Huni could look pretty focused on magic resistance. Trying to think about things around Mordekaiser, though, is an interesting thing. When you see Mordekaiser that early, then you have to start worrying about, you don't really want to pick champions that rely a lot on synergies, as he can break those synergies so easily. You also don't want to get yourself into a place where you need to get dragon steals, because Mordekaiser just easily denies those by ulting the jungler. So generally, I would want to have more dragon priority, more focus there as well.
So I'm looking at solo queue data for bad matchups for Mordekaiser, and one that sticks out to me is Akali. Fiora as well, and Jax. 3 heavily favored 1v1 matchups where Mord doesn't have the power to beat them in the one-on-one. Huni seems like the kind of player who wants to play those kinds of champions, so maybe we'll see it come through. The Gragas comes in as well, another champion that was buffed maybe a couple months ago. Bigger AP ratios on some of his spells, and I mean, I've seen Gragas play top and mid.
Please tell me this is a mid lane Gragas. Please, please, please. I really want to see a full AP Gragas one-shot. honestly, when it was the norm, people hated it. But it's been so long since we've got a taste of a really well-played Gragas combo one-shot. Obviously, it could very easily be support, and this is definitely something that Ignar would play. So I'm kind of edging more towards it is support Gragas. You know, for the body slam, for the interrupt there. Also, ultimate super good at that disruption. But since you're mentioning, you know, the AP buffs that were made to it, I really would hope for it. The chances are like 2% though, because you know, it was blinded first too.
Yeah, of course. That seems maybe more like support Gragas down there, but we'll see what the last pick's going to be, what's going to come alongside this composition. Kassadin is the hover right now as the pick into Azir, moving over to Syndra instead. Syndra was nerfed in 10.16, 20 less Q damage at max rank. Is definitely a pretty meaningful base damage hit. So still saying, no, this is a really important matchup into Azir. Hecarim, by the way, not favored into Mordekaiser. Loses a lot of win rate in that matchup specifically. So another one where game long, Hecarim is not favored into his matchup. This was also true into Shen. Not saying the 1v1 is bad, but as a game state, Hecarim does not typically like being against that champion, right? Diving a Shen ult, not great. Hecarim maybe isolating him in the team fights who can't be the frontline diver can also be problematic here. So I do want to see what happens. I still like Hecarim, just maybe not as much with these matchups.
Yeah, and FlyQuest, I think, have done a good job of stacking their answers for the Rakan since Rakan is shown so early. You know, they pick up the Syndra. I always like that as a mid lane option into Rakan later on. Your Scatter of the Week is so good versus the Rakan. And the Rakan really does have to get kind of fed to have the answers, to have the money to make things like Zhonya's and stuff, to immune Syndra ults and avoid getting 100% bursted, and it puts more pressure on the Rakan using control wards, using vision to find really good flanks and more you know, surprise positions. The Gragas is such a good answer. Always love to see it with the body slam and the flash plays that you can pull out.
Yeah, exciting stuff right here. I want to take a step back and look at season 2020 because I think my favorite change of the season was the support item changes where you buy tier 1 and then you buy real items from there. Like, you can just actually play the itemization game instead of upgrading to face the mountain and whatever else. And so this is a season where you can more easily get to Zhonya's or Stopwatch or whatever else. Still agree with you that it is hard to be Rakan in a world with Mordekaiser and Syndra trying to kill you instantly. And hey, there's even this Gragas down in the support role who's going to make it difficult as well. So excited to see how this game's going to play out. It's going to be a lot of fun here as FlyQuest bring out some more champions we don't see very often, with Ignar pulling out the Gragas.
Okay, let's see. No sweepers for anybody. So probably, you know, no weird stuff with the delayed invades or anything. Should be defensive wards, trying to cut off both of the... Oh, just kidding. As soon as I speak, Ignar body slam over the top. He gets the ward, and he slips in behind the red buff. He can go right behind Zeyzal. You want to bait, and you show in the river for Zeyzal, and then you both go at the same time.
Ooh, here they go. They're going to push him in. Zeyzal's going to run right into this champion. Knocked up, stunned, goodbye. Ignite is on anyway. What a absolutely beautiful level 1 game plan from FlyQuest. Glorious stuff right there. PoE already has 400 bonus gold.
And those are always the types of things that Ignar likes to go for too. You know, even if he's the Rakan and he'll like W over the back of the Dragon Pit to try and pull that off. But preying on defensive openings, because so many teams have the same defensive screening openings, just watching the entrances from the river. Gragas has not been picked in quite a long time as a support, and Ignar is able to get just over the back of the Dragon Pit, making sure, of course, you want to go over the upper kind of part of the back of the Dragon Pit so that the person in Tribrush can't see you. Ignar did just that, and we saw all how it went down. Perfect timing on the pincer. He doesn't show until he's in range for the body slam, and that is critical because it gives enough time for Santorin to get there with the Volley Bear stun to follow it up, and they have just enough damage with Ignite to take him down, even going over the wall.
All right, beautiful start right there. Of course, anyone with Presence of Mind gets 100 free mana. That's going to make Turtle's lane a little bit easier, as that's the typical rune on Ashe down there. So it's going to be nice. It's an extra volley and a half in the laning phase. Early Hawkshot, as expected as well, is going to try to track out what Svenskaren's doing in the jungle. They'll see red is gone. They'll see he's doing red to blue to Gromp.
You love
top
it.
side.
Instant
hey, how's it
mode.
going, friends?
As a jungler playing against Ashe, instant emote, great, I love it. The drone is over my head, giving away all information to my opponents, allowing Santorin to know that he can go for another gank or just pass around through mid, try and get some deeper vision down.
Yep. So Kobe, I got to point out though, as much as junglers complain about that, Santorin got a first blood literally right now against Ashe. Like at this point in time, Golden Glue was dead, and he was against Ashe.
Blame the Ashe. You need better hawk shots there.
Better hawk shot wins.
Where's my better hawk shot wins?
Well, meanwhile, hey look, Svenskaren's top lane at 313. Great flash by Solo, gets him away from the rest of the stuns, but that is still a summoner spell down.
All right, top pressure there, still finds its mark. And again, the most common top laner taunt right there, or emote comes out as he doesn't want to get camped and he starts to get a little bit angry, but bottom side should be Santorin's area to play. I think EG should be well aware though that the map is split. They trade Scuttle Crabs, so Zeyzal and Bang able to slip their way out, no problem.
Yeah, not a big deal right there. Golden Glue going to get the first shove in, 29 CS, pretty good. Only drops 2 on the first 5 waves. We'll see how much PoE can get on the backside here.
Yeah, Santorin you can't do anything here, even though you have, super sneaky position, I'm behind them. If your opponent mid laner is pushed up like that, Azir gets the shove onto Syndra, as much as you're super sneaky there and you've been able to, get behind him in the brush unaware, there's nothing you can do because your mid laner is so far away. You lose that 2v2. You have to run, for the hills. And he goes for the recall. Svenskaren does take the early, very small CS lead, finished up his Raptors. Is a little bit delayed on the recall though, so Santorin with the early upgrade into Smite here, so he will be able to have a little bit better chase.
All right, Huni burns through his mana pool there, gets a deep ward and sees the Krugs respawn top side, so he'll know about some of the jungle pathing down the line from Santorin. Both are in level 4, top lane farm pretty close between the two. We'll see if Solo is punished for Flash being down, otherwise it was a gank that meant ultimately nothing. It's not going to change the 1v1 all that much. And Huni actually going for a somewhat more defensive build. You see he's not building components of a Triforce. He's going early Spectre's Cowl to be tanky against Solo in the matchup, and we'll see where it goes from there.
And like I was talking about in Champ Select, since they have, Volibear does a decent amount of AP damage and AP mid too, the whole top side of the map is AP, so Magic Resist is super easy for him to buy, straight from just seeing those, early first 3 picks.
Yeah. Also could easily be not a Spectre's Cowl, but like part of Phage and part of Merc Treads, and he'll do the rest later on. Right now, Santorin walking up right through a control. We're going to go ahead and knock that one down. Solo feeling comfortable in the trade as his junglers are behind him. Huni will be back and, of course, did burn the TP to get back to lane. Solo did the same with his arm guard, so he's actually got kind of the item that he wants for his matchup. Obviously, Set doesn't deal magic damage either, so very efficient for his side of the map.
I'm really curious to see how the Syndra plays out too, because already Power of Evil is struggling, and this is 10-16 where the extra Syndra nerf did also come in. Your max rank on your Dark Sphere is pretty huge to take 20 damage off that thing. And Power of Evil not hesitating to go back to it, but already struggling a little bit early with Azir pushing. And now we start to see the roams from mid as a 1v1 fight here in the Death Realm.
Ult in from Solo. Huni's down to 400 HP already. Feels good about that one. And then starts backing off. Doesn't know if other champions are coming. Santorin calls that Svenskaren is on the way up and 1 level ahead. So nice smite. He grabs that one. But here comes Ignar. The squad is around. FlyQuest want this fight. Huni comes in, gets a couple of blast plants, and now that's a bunch of damage over the top. PoE gets the kill on a Huni. Blast plant away. A double kill coming through for the Syndra. The squad roamed up in time. Ignar was there for the combo. And FlyQuest start off 3-0.
Yeah, looked like EG are kind of distracted. Thought they were like playing Nexus Blitz for the Scuttle Crab race or something there as they are focusing on it. Svenskaren does get the Scuttle Crab, but FlyQuest with the earlier roam. Ignar, big boy here, comes in on the Gragas, gets that body slam flash right in time. They get the first blood. I mean, they get the extra 2 kills because they had already gotten the early first blood with his body slam over the dragon. This Gragas pick just making all the plays for FlyQuest. Here's another look at it. The race up the river to join the Scuttle Crab. Power of Evil and Ignar, you can see, they forced Zeyzal out, even though he had been there almost the same time. And on your screen, of course, there's a recalling Azir. Since Power of Evil is there, and EG mid laner not going to roam up. Easy win for FlyQuest. They have the extra numbers advantage. You may have gotten the Scuttle Crab, but we got the kills.
Yeah, it's interesting. It was like very, very standard support roam timings. Is the first recall at 6 minutes in the bot lane is when you grab your BF Sword or Zerk Greaves. The supports say, I'm going to grab Boots and go top lane, see you later. And so they were both there. But this time around, I mean, you mentioned PoE, how's Syndra going to do? This time around, he had the push first in mid, right? He was able to go and Golden Glue stuck in lane, and that was the difference. He got those 2 kills. He's a 3-0 Syndra. And with a bunch of extra ability power, you've just made up. With a Blasting Wand, you have made up for the Syndra Q nerf automatically.
Yep. He was the recipient of also the bonus from the First Blood bonus, so it's even jam-packed extra gold in these kills. Control Ward goes down on the Rift Herald here, though. Let's see, because already we do have Santorin moving up, and once again, they can play off of this Syndra. There's only an Amp Tome in the pockets of Golden Glue. He's got very defensive itemization with the early Merc Treads.
Yeah, FlyQuest feeling pretty comfortable. Level lead for Solo right now. Huni's not having a good time. Cisco's going to walk in for a smite, a couple of punches, then he gets ulted, so this is the battle. Asher not going to land, but Solo pushing, Svenskeren out, waiting to get him maybe dunked back in, but he's not going to have the play. It's FlyQuest able to take down the Rift Herald. Good job by Santorin, claims this one. Looks to get some more gold for the team as they are up 1,100 right now, and they're going to come in for a Herald charge in most cases.
This one is looking really, really one-sided here in the favor of FlyQuest, Freak. Going to be difficult for EG to really make this big comeback. They're going to have to wait a while too before this Azir starts to come online. 3 people around Golden Glue.
Ooh, Cask almost knocked him into the team. That's a Santorin stun, a PoE stun, and a kill if he was a little bit farther forward. So nice try, but Golden Glue will live. Will keep his 10 CS lead. But of course, the entire squad has to weather a very small, or actually a pretty meaningful gold deficit at under 10 minutes in. Will be a finished Kyle for Huni, so very much building defensive for his lane for now.
There's a lot of things they have to worry about too. With PoE, the Syndra getting all of these early kills, it's going to make Zeyzal's job specifically very difficult. He does have the Merc Tread, so that helps a bit with the counterplay from Scout of the Week, but if you just get ulted, the fully completed Luden's Echo should come in for Power of Evil. And that is going to be that. Dragon has started up, though, on the recall of Power of Evil. Nice. And since this time around, there is a mid difference of EG with Golden Glue still here. That should be easy objective for EG.
Alrighty, nicely done. Yeah, bot lane, mid lane both recalling makes it pretty simple to walk into the river and grab that one. So Evil Genius is at least fighting back with a neutral objective. No turrets to fall just yet, but we know Rift Herald can make that one happen before too terribly long. No turret plates taken from either team. All 5 up on all 3 turrets for both teams there. We'll see when a push finally does come through. Zeyzal got demolished in the bot lane once, but that plate is still alive. Ignar might want to go in, but not just yet. Level 6, of course, up across the board. No ulti right now for Ignar as he burned it in the mid lane, but has that about 20 seconds, and that might signal a play.
Yeah, I'm also curious to see if we actually have the fight on the bottom side. The combination with Ashe and Gragas, you can devastate somebody really quickly if you're targeting the Rakan. Obviously Bang has Xayah ultimate, so it's kind of difficult to go for him first. But if Zeyzal ever gets a little bit too far forward, you saw there Ignar is ready to punish him, and that's why Svenskeren actually slips in for a lane gank here, waiting for the aggression.
Boone just has to ult away. He's going to be stunned at the very least. A lot of CC comes across, and he does have to burn the ult to get away. He would have died without it, without casting it early. So out he goes. Ulti burn doesn't mean too much. Checking in on Solo, of course, was not punished for the early gank onto him. The flash was burned, and he's just lived since then. A lot of early armor stacking for Solo, up to the Ninja Tabby now here as well. Maybe a little bit too armor stacked, but it's fine. He's doing just easily well in that top lane matchup.
Meanwhile, nothing really comes of the lane gank here. Obviously, they saw Santorin go for the play onto Huni, so Svenskeren knew there was no possibility of their opponents starting to play aggressive. Ignar and Turtle are like, okay, our jungler's topside. They're making a play on the enemy top laner. No reason to overextend, but now they do.
Stun, that is body slam flash. That is an ulti in there as well. Here comes a dunk on the top side. It's going to be a fight breaking out in the bottom river, and right now it's a big root. It's a whole ton of damage, and PoE is shut down. 1-0 EG traded right back away. Now here comes Mordekaiser, ults in, wants to take a kill, and it's Golden Glue very low on health. He's going to drop down a Wild Turtle. Bang force a flash away. Zeyzal trying to run for his life, but does not have the escape. One more auto will kill him. The double kill comes through for Wild Turtle. Now Huni is forced to run away. He's running as fast as he can. He is slow. He is trying to make it out right there. Solo, can he get the claw back? It's going to be up soon. He finds Bang, and he finds his kill. And now under the turret, Huni is running out of life. He's running out of time, and he's going to drop down as well. Turtle on a killing spree. It's 8-1. FlyQuest are smashing Evil Geniuses.
And Santorin also has the Rift Herald. They could have waited a little bit to get off some of the plates first, so it'd be optimal and get it much quicker, but they just pop it really quickly here for the instant gold. So Svenskeren has already reset and is coming back. Everybody just gets their recalls off. But man, the Ash Arrow into Gragas that we were just talking about, that initiation to start it all off. Yes, there is a good scramble from EG and they focus Power of Evil. They get Power of Evil's flash and they kill him. But Solo coming in on the Mordekaiser with the ultimate, immediately kills Golden Glue, then coming out of the ultimate, chases everybody off. Scatter here for EG. Zeyzal obviously can't get over the back of the Dragon Pit. Huni had finished the Hex Drinker, so the shield saves him for a little while, but Ignar just walks right up on the Gragas, and Solo still enough health to tank multiple tower shots, finishing up that dive and boosting FlyQuest up here. Only 13 minutes in. Power of Evil though, no flash still.
Fear into charge. This is what EG wanted out of the pick. Get out of the lane, get into mid, insta-kill a flashless champion. Those are the targets they wanted, and at least a second kill on the board, but there's still a 2,800 gold lead to come back from. That is going to be hard for EG to do.
Focus here onto Power of Evil is definitely keeping that Syndra down. That got the early 3 kills. But look at the cost here. Bang now with the next 3 kills off of that team fight. The Ashes is just rising up as the big carry in the Syndra's place. Good job by EG to punish the flashless Power of Evil since he had to burn his flash in the last fight. But now they're going to have to worry about the Ashe.
Yep, so Wild Turtle going to be probably pretty good here. Nice little chunk by Solo, trying to punish CS best he can. Huni just kind of does the drive-by Q and leaves. The next Drake spawns in 30 seconds here. EG are poised. They're in position. They got the Scuttle Crab down there as well. A control ward, some ward sweeping. Nicely done by them. Ignar waiting around. Golden Glue, of course, here now as well, and Turtle's going to be under his turret. Looking at the top laners running around. Solo and Huni both flashless, so the fact that Solo is moving, the fact that he had lane pressure means it's going to be an obvious 5v4 to play for the Drake. EG trying to make a play. Ignar's on a ward. He doesn't know. Here comes the play. The shuffle back in. Absolutely beautiful stopwatch. Should not buy enough time, but the team's coming back around. Arrow's going to land. Bang gets a kill on Ignar. A lot of damage coming through on a Santorin. He gets the dunk. Actually gets the trade kill. And now Zeyzal is out of health. FlyQuest collapse and win the 4v4. Gonna get 2 for 1. Now, to be fair, Santorin has basically no health left. Smite's going to be hard to land, but Svenskeren doesn't want to be in this fight.
He wants something with Wild Turtle.
Big damage right here. Big stun. Turtle's running out of HP. They are going to get that kill. So it is a 2 for 2 long term, but the Drake was traded back. And to his credit, Huni is able to shove in top lane and deny some farm from Solo. So a Drake is essentially traded for some minion waves as the end result of that fight.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think that EG should chain team fights. They try and go for the pick because Ignar's sitting there on the ward, and Ignar kind of realizes something's up at the last second, pops his sweeper, but immediate engage there from EG. You can see them over the wall. Ignar's like, wait a second, they all went to the river. Where are they? There must be a ward here. Azir over the wall, but Golden Glue, once you use all your cooldowns like that as Azir, he has no way to jump back over the wall, no escape. And they get chunked down immediately as Wild Turtle just collapses with Santorin for the quick double kill answer. Even though Ignar does get picked off with the vision discrepancy, it's still the extra ones for FlyQuest. Yes, of course, Huni did get to push on the top side, but he was unable to get the entire turret for himself. And now he's swapped down to the bottom side to try and relieve some of that pressure as well.
Okay, so 3,000 gold is now the lead. FlyQuest have tied the Drakes. They've got the blue on a Golden Glue. His Azir carried them in their last win over Golden Guardians over in Week 9. Part of the reason they got to this spot, they were able to secure the upper bracket spot there instead of waiting down to the bottom side where 100 Thieves are instead. But to 1 and 2 start, that's a pretty big gold deficit, so EG can have a hard time with this one. Still waiting to see as the farm's coming through on all sides. EG fighting for the second Rift Herald, not as good as the first, but may still find them a turret in the end of the day. Santorin running around, level 10 onto him. Golden Glue wants to zone him out. Svenskeren will have the equal leveled smite. Will he walk in for this one? Looking around, this is going to be an easy one picked up. Now the cast brings in Golden Glue. The charge over the top, though. The arrow's going to maybe find a stun. And how about the charge? How about the knockup? How about the fact that Golden Glue may just live? And in fact, he will. A 1-for-0 so far as Bang gets the damage. Ignar forced out. Svenskeren is in danger. He's in the Death Realm. Solo should find this kill. A dunk to buy some time. Solo still finds it. And a second, he was delivered to Golden Glue. He was delivered that second kill. A knockup for Zazel running away for his life. Will stay alive there as well, but I believe that's a 2-for-1. The fight still goes the way of FlyQuest.
Mordekaiser this week, Freak, is just looking like a Hulk. Solo comes out of that ultimate. He was like, thank you, Svenskeren, for the ult over. He can then Q flash, cleaning up Golden Glue. I was starting to have some hope for EG there. With the evasive maneuvers they pulled off early, Golden Glue survives. But as soon as Solo ults, he's going to be able to get his kill on the Svenskeren. Then get to another one, surviving at full HP here. Also with the pressure, can just bully Huni out. He can even walk up to the turret, take this one himself, gets the local gold easily, and he's jacked.
And Turtle is forced to flash away. Golden Glue chunks him pretty low. Did have ult, held it, I think, expecting an early flash. It came out, honestly, in a spot where Golden Glue, if he had pressed R right away, would have gotten it. End of the day, Turtle lives, and it's going to be Herald summoned in the mid lane. Now, EG, do they feel safe enough to keep going? They know Turtle is flashless. They know Turtle doesn't have arrow up either. So no real threat on the front line as they will get the charge, they will get the kill, and EG will find their own turret kill. Meanwhile, bot lane was pushed in. Power of Evil shoved that wave. Didn't go for the turret damage, though. He actually stuck to look around for wards. Turtle just going to sit back in mid and get some farm. PoE should be finishing off this turret, though, and it means FlyQuest will be 2-1 up in turrets and 12-5 up in kills.
Yeah, with the ward and with the safety of Gragas Volibear walking down to guard Power of Evil, he can safely move up for that gold. One of the best things about Gragas is the extra priority put on the body slam. You can interrupt most other dashes, but here's another look at it. Power of Evil had flashed forward to dodge that wall, and then he gets charmed up. He gets immediately locked down, so it looks good for Evil Geniuses here, but then Solo walks in. They get the big burst onto Sven, then he ults Sven. He's going to come out with the extra strats. EG waiting around. Golden Glue, there's no hesitation there from Solo. Q flash on Mordekaiser. Immediately ends his life and allows FlyQuest actually map pressure coming out of that fight, even though their mid laner went down first.
And look at that, the gold lead. It's growing and growing and growing. 4,000 gold in under 20 minutes. That is a slaughter of a game. This is FlyQuest completely taking over. They are completely demolishing. Huni doesn't have any damage. He's got an adaptive helmet, a Hex Drinker. They don't really have much except for Bang and Golden Glue trying to be the backline. Bang himself still waiting to finish his second item, though. He's only on Zeal right now. Just not a lot of consistent damage. We look at Turtle, 5-1-4 on the Ashe. He's already got Ruin King Hurricane. That's going to be just great. Huni wants in, can't find it. PoE kites away safely enough. Mid lane under a bit of fire as the Azir turret keeps the minion wave under control. EG looking to play around this Drake. It's spawning in 2 seconds, and mid lane will be pushed first by EG. They can take the ribbon first as well.
EG got a pretty big deficit here, and the top lane tower is really low, so they could trade away second dragon, not fight another team fight, and try and trade for some extra gold from, top tower, some extra, pressure around the possible Baron setups for later in the game to help them scale up a bit. But they actually, looks like they want to fight the dragon. They set it up themselves. FlyQuest, see if they can go for the initiation.
Here we go, some of the front line. Team fight begins. Huni pulled right in the Death Realm already. The dunk backwards in, and Santorin is just sitting around trying to take a whole bunch of damage. Knock up there from Zazel. Big punch comes in. Volibear barely lives. Huni running away with 5 HP there as well, so the re-engage comes in. Easy smite. Gonna be grabbed by Solo, though, and look at that. 3 kills in already. Goodbye, Evil Geniuses. Call it the everything. It's over. This is FlyQuest with control of the map, and they're running a Baron.
I was trying to give him options, Freak. I was like, okay, that top tower, that's real low. Maybe you go for that instead. How about not fighting here? And FlyQuest are happy to take it. Solo comes out of that Death Realm after chasing Huni over the back of the Dragon Pit with 100 HP. He just goes right through every champion and the dragon itself coming out of there. Mordekaiser go brrr indeed. Baron buff picked up. And FlyQuest, as you said, will look to cruise here through this series. Looking like game number 2 might be a quick one. Let's take another look. The Ashe arrow from Turtle right onto Huni on the engage allows them another early chunk onto Huni, so Solo's going to win that. Looking at the other part of the 4v5, though, Svenskeren with the ultimate inside. Zazel going in for the lockdown onto Volibear. still gets the ult out. So Santorin able to survive for himself, getting the extra HP, and then Solo comes out of it. And he got a lot of those with the passive burn then, because he was in Sonya's.
Yep. And Leandre's helping out as well. Well done to him.
Yeah, good passive. Nice passive.
Yeah, that's good stuff. That's well done right there. Huni, making Hecarim look balanced, man. I don't know. I think if you're going to play a full tank in top lane, when you see pretty much the entire composition, I don't think Hecarim's the pick, I'll be honest. Not looking great into this one. You know, like, if you're playing the champ at all, why are you building him full tank when you can just play Maokai? Is a question I legitimately have for Huni's champ select here. I think this is actually a problem, something that EG needs to fix, because they are staring down the barrel of a 3-0 sweep. They are about to lose game 2. They had a close game 1 but couldn't hold it on. And this one, it is looking all worse for wear. So, Baron buff on, 3 minutes on the Drake. How much sieging can we get out of FlyQuest? Stun on Huni, that is a flash stun, that is a kill, that is goodbye. And again, the tank drops, a stun on the front line. Svenskaren's going to drop as well. He gets a shield, it's not going to matter, he is going to die. Double kill again for PoE, the pullback, goodbye to Zeyzal. Solo kill for Solo himself. He is godlike on this Mordekaiser. And now, the turret is gone. Bang can try to run, he can get a root. I don't think anyone cares, he's going to drop as well. 4 unanswered kills, ready to push into the base.
FlyQuest are like, who said we're a slow team? We could easily just keep split pushing with our Baron. Mordekaiser had a free lane bottom lane. That was a 4v5 mid. They're like, you know what? Let's just force 5-on-4. Start channeling the teleport. Boom. Whoop. They get every kill, end the game.
24 minutes in, the inhib is cracked. 8 seconds on most of the respawn timers. Minion wave into the base. Can EG try to fight? There's a chance they live. I don't know if they ever win, but they can certainly try. Ignar knocks them back. There's the combo. There's the pull-in. There's a dunk back. Huni's going to burn the zone, but that's going to be a kill on his Svenskeren. One on a Huni as well. Turtle stays alive. Only 1 death this game. 0 for Santorin. 0-0-18. The ultimate support, MVP, carry performance jungler. That is what you want to see. A knock-up on Ignar is not going to matter. KDAs if you really want them, but that is the Nexus falling. 24-26 the game time. FlyQuest, by far the better team in game 2.
Well, it is looking like yesterday's game was closer than this one. Or yesterday's series could be closer than this one. FlyQuest coming out here in game number 2. They don't lose any steam. They push so quickly ahead, winning so many of these early skirmishes. I mean, really good coordination that they've shown through this series. They already were going to be one of the super scary teams, you know, looking towards the upper bracket, you know, coming in as a 3rd seed. Obviously, they are heavily favored here over EG, but this is looking like a real statement game. Plus the fact that they're also showing some new champions, teams that have to worry about, you know, possible Swain picks, countering here into things like Galio and dive compositions. FlyQuest are looking real good, my friend.
Yeah, and that's impressive. That is, I think, one part, the power preparation, where, you know, again, I like the Hecarim was prepared. I think it's a good pick. I think it's cool. I'll get off that one for now. But the fact that they said, look, what is Golden Glue's most played champion, or what is he going to play a fair bit of? There's only one Galio pick, actually, so far in the regular season. They said, you know what? This is a common style for them. We think they're going to play something a bit supportive in the mid lane. So let's go ahead and get Swain ready as the counter pick. I don't know if that was because of EG, if it was because PoE thought it was a good champion overall, but it was a great matchup. They dismantled the mid lane, and then everyone else firing on full cylinders. We, of course, get the chance to reverse sweep. We get to see if EG can have something else prepared, but it hasn't been working yet. We'll see if it can happen. Now, we are going to step away and prepare for Game 3, and we're going to see a break in a second. But on the other side, the State Farm Analyst Desk will break down Game 2, so stay tuned.